get beat with that cable cord, and then he walked outside the room and went upstairs to his room. And then she continued to braid my hair while she was beating me, and then I got told to go upstairs.
But did she ever leave marks and bruises on you?
Yeah, I had a big welt on the side of my thigh.
But you didn't have to go to school. You stayed at home, so nobody got to see this, or you didn't get to tell anybody?
No, actually, I went. At that time, I was going to public school. I didn't switch over to homeschool until about a year ago.
Mhm.
But I was going to public school, and see, we wore uniforms, so they weren't able to see. They weren't able to see the bruises I had on my body, but I had a big welt on the side of my thigh. And I went in there trying to find comfort with my brother. He just like, oh, it's okay, you know, I had to go down there and, you know, do this and that. I'm just like looking like, why didn't you do it when she was beating me, though, with the cable cord? Why didn't you do it?
So that was at what age?
I think it was at least like 11, 12.
So it got worse as you got into your teens. She got more confrontational and aggressive.
Yeah, because every time I tried to stand up for myself, that's when it was like, oh, I know she ain't trying to stand up for herself, so I'm going to beat her, you know. And it just got worse because, you know, she had a lot of stress with the bill stuff. Like I said, when my father left, he took his, you know, income outside of the house. So it was a one-income, you know, household. So that's everything laying on my mother. And I'm like, it just got worse. Like, whatever she was feeling, she took out on me.
That's still not a reason because your mother's stressed to beat her children or to beat her daughter. That's not your fault that she did not prepare and that she didn't have a man she got pregnant by that did not prepare and have her back or leave her money or pay child support or pay alimony. So that had nothing to do with you not a punching board when she gets stressed. No parent can justify beating their kid because they're stressed from losing their job or losing an income and going from a two-family home to a one-parent income household. That's what you're going. You can't justify. I mean, unless you just want to justify this, because you keep saying, well, you know, she was stressed, so she did it to me because she was stressed. You know, because see, my dad left. You know, when he took his money out. So, and I'm just trying to get you to see that that does not justify, rationalize it. It shows your mother has a mental and emotional problem, and instead of going to beat his ass. Or beat some other nigga ass that's fucking over her, then she wants to take the shit out on her only girl, and she doesn't do this to men. She didn't do it to your two brothers, and she doesn't do it to any other men. She's aggressive with a female that she felt she could subjugate, that could not defend herself. Now share with me again what she was saying, how she would do about her boyfriends and how she keeps the phone in your room and she lets you hear her talking all kind of sex talk to these niggas on the phone.
Well, at that time, the phone was in my room because for some reason, Cable would just hook the phone up in my room.
I'm gonna speak a lot louder in the phone because you sound a little fuzzy. Make sure we
Hello?
understand. Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, at the time, the phone was in my room. For some reason, Cable only hooked up the phone in my room. So whenever a phone call came in, you know, there she go. She would just bust open the door, you know. It was kind of like a fear and intimidation thing because it was like, well, I know she had me mentally. So it was like, I know, you know, I'll bust open this door. You know, I know she's going to be afraid. She's going to be scared. So she would do that all the time. Sometimes I'd be in there changing, you know, or just chilling. And I'm like, I was mentally messed up by that.
So you couldn't lock your door. So you change your clothes, anything. She just busting on you. You naked, half naked. Yeah, I went through that. I know how you feel. It is a form of intimidation. You have no boundaries. You have no privacy. You can't lock your door.
Actually, we didn't have locks on the door. It was just a door knob.
Yeah, and again, I'm asking you, your mother's doing this to you because she has a one-parent household. That's why you feel like she's a good mom. That was okay? That was okay to do like that?
It was okay to me because the way that she had made my father look, and, you know, we was witness to it. It was like, well, you know, she's the good one. She's still here. She's trying to take care of her.
Yeah, but she was treating you like shit, and so she wasn't so good. So you tell me that you're still saying to me she's a good mother.
No, I'm saying what you're saying. Like, I definitely understand what you're saying, and I'm saying that because it's kind of like, it's mirroring what she's been doing, you know. And it's like now I'm just ready. I'm just ready to, like, she come to me again because I hadn't been fighting her back. You know, I hadn't been fighting her back because I was scared. I was like, well, you know, because I'm a child of God, I was looking at it like, well, you know, if I hear her back, that's going against what God says, because God says, honor thy mother and thy father. But at the same time, no parent should be doing this to their child.
Because God also says in the Bible, parents don't provoke your children to wrath.
Mhm.
So it doesn't give her justification. She's not covered in the eyes of God by beating you, busting in on your room. You have no locks. You have no boundaries. But I'm just saying, yeah, go into, like you said, when she comes in the room, and then when she's talking to her boyfriends in your room, and how you see her letting niggas fuck over her.
Yeah, well, actually, like, she'll come to her room, talk to her dude or whatever, and I'm sitting there listening because I'm still in the room. Like, I'm not going nowhere, so I'm still in the room. She's like, well, yeah, you know what we do. I'm going to bend over like this, and I'm going to do this.
Wait a minute, she's telling the man on the phone, you know how we do it. I'm going to bend over.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm going to bend over like this. Yeah, I'm going to let you get it like this. And I'm sitting there listening. Huh?
What? She's telling him she going to let him get the pussy. So you basically know what she's talking about when she said, I'm going to bend over and I'm going to let you get it like this.
I ain't dumb. I know what she's talking about, you know. And I'm sitting there like, okay, why is she in here talking in front of me like that? She just, I mean, like, she'll turn a certain way.
Wait a minute. We hear a siren. Wait till it goes by. Okay, now make sure you speak up louder and talk into the phone. Okay, so she's saying, bend, telling the man on the phone in front of you, and you got the phone in your room, I'm going to bend over like this, and I'm going to let you get it like this, and you thinking what? And
I'm sitting there thinking, like, why is she in my room talking to this man like this on the phone, you know, in front of me like this? And I'm like, does she think this cute? Does she think that this is what I should do? You know, if I'm on the phone with some dude, I should talk to the dude like this? And so I'm just sitting there, I'm kind of mind boggled, and so I'm listening to her. And so, okay, she gets off the phone, you know, talking to him. And then she'll turn around and talk to me because she needs someone to vent to then. So she says, yeah, girl, you should have heard what he just said to me. I'm like, what? I'm like, I heard it. She's like, no. He said that he got cum backed up in his dick and all this. I'm like, what?
What? Wait a minute. Your own mother that abuses you and puts you down sat there, you 16 years old, or how old you were when she started having these conversations in your room?
She's been having, like, grown-up conversations with me since I was a little girl, but I was at least, like, 15. I was 15.
So this is last year or earlier this year?
Mhm.
And she's getting off the phone with you and saying, girl, guess what he said? That he got all kind of cum backed up in his dick, and he wanted her to come up there.
Right, and get it out.
Because remember, that's when you were talking to me. You finally broke down and sent me the email when she was out of town, had paid her way to catch a bus to go see a nigga that wasn't giving her nothing.
Mhm.
He didn't give her no money at all. And then you said, what, when the niggas do her wrong, she cried to you like you her friend, and she wanted to cry on your shoulder and get advice from you. So what kind of stuff would she say, or what kind of things these niggas would take her through?
She talking about how, you know, he's playing mental games with her, and yeah, he don't think that I know that he up there messing with other, you know, women and stuff. I'm like, well, why don't you just leave? Like, why do you keep making up, breaking up? Because I'm like, I know what y'all doing, so why don't you just leave? So he's like, well, I'm going to leave him alone. Yeah, I'm going to make him eat his words and all of this. So I'm like, okay. So I didn't say nothing because I'm like, I know what she's going to do.
What?
It's going to be like, she going to stay away. She going to stop talking to him for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, he going to call or she going to call and they going to make up.
And that's what she would do.
Yeah, that's what she would do. Next thing I know, she coming in my room, getting on the phone with him.
And what
you want me to come up there? Okay, well, I'm going to take some PTO time, and I'm going to come up there. All this. I'm like, okay, I knew it was going to happen. I know y'all was going to make up. What y'all going to do is make up, have some makeup sex. you know.
And then what does she do? Come back home and want to tell you about it?
It want to tell